Hello and welcome to Grand Tour Nation, your go-to source of information on cars and the Grand Tour. I'm your host, Alex. Make sure you find me on Twitter at AlexDoesCars. And if you like this kind of video, leave a like before you even watch the whole video. Leave a like, why not? Subscribe and click that notification bell because we've got to do that these days. And as always, go to grandtournation.com for more information and more content just like this. Recently, we've noticed some serious face furniture on Jeremy Clarkson, as he's been busy promoting his diddly squat farm shop on Facebook and Instagram. Why are things squeaking? Fans were keen to chime in, giving Clarkson their opinion on who he looks like. Sansa came up a lot, as you'd expect, as did an American, and some even thought he looked like Thor, albeit an older version. But now Clarkson has had enough, and in a recent column, he explains why the huge beard has now been chopped off. At the beginning of lockdown, he decided to do some research into beards. Strange. Explaining that beards have always been for socialists, the mad, and the weak. But in recent times, they've become mainstream and even acceptable. He says that within a month, his beard became massive and compared himself to Captain Birdseye meeting Santa Claus. But despite this, he wrote, "Friends said it suited me and that I should keep it." He did, however, have a few issues with it, which he explains. Dribble was the first issue, with Clarkson explaining that he quickly became a walking food bank. He said, "My farm manager came round for business drinks. He gave me a puzzled look. It turned out that all the mayo from my sarnie was still in my face fuzz, and I simply couldn't feel it." He also explains that it's not only growing on his face, it's sprouting everywhere. I haven't seen a child since January, and I fear that if I encounter one in my current state, it will assume I'm a werewolf and be very frightened. But his worst fears come from what other adults would think of him, not if the facial recognition would work or not on his phone. They assume that I am one of them, a Corbyn-heavy socialist, he admitted. "I cannot wait to get rid of it, and no, I will not be shaping it first. Both my television colleagues are currently sporting goatees, and I simply cannot see why. I suppose that they think they look like Tony Stark, which they really don't. But the fact is that they have to do beard maintenance every morning, and then, when they've finished, some complicated shaving as well. That's madness." He ends the column by confirming that he will be getting a Brazilian facial. And now I'm feeling queasy. In other news, Clarkson has asked the Oxfordshire Council to alter the planning rules that currently cover his diddly squat farm, as he attempts to source products from a further 30 miles radius than what he's already allowed. Initially, Clarkson was granted planning permission for his diddly squat farm shop, on the account of him only sourcing products from local people and locally produced goods from within the area of West Oxfordshire. He has now asked his council if this area can be extended by a further 30 miles. But the council has denied him of this luxury. But they have come to the conclusion of meeting him in the middle and giving him an extra 16-mile radius from the farm in which he can buy goods such as meat, vegetables, eggs, and dairy products, just to name a few. The reason behind the council's rejection was down to the undermining of the visibility of the local businesses within the village, according to the Mail Online, and that it could impact these businesses negatively. The spokesperson said, "It is a permanent shop that will be in competition with the local shops in the village. For these reasons, the parish council objects to the variation of the condition." The restrictions, therefore, currently sits up to the West Oxfordshire district boundaries, which is an area of 275 square miles. If Jeremy had got his way and had the added 30-mile radius, that area would have covered 2,828 square miles instead. Jeremy Clarkson's new Amazon Prime video show I Bought the Farm will surely cover this, as well as the other challenges and difficulties he's had along the way, and should be released, hopefully later this year, although, unfortunately, that is yet to be confirmed. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Tell me down in the comments, should Clarkson keep the beard? I'm kind of liking it. What do you think? As always, find more content just like this on Grand Tour Nation. Subscribe, click the notification bell, follow me on Twitter at AlexDoesCars, and I will see you in the next video. See you then.